Welcome everyone for being here. Taking the quantum leap. What does that mean? Let me define it for you here. Quantum leap is a term taken from the new physics, quantum physics. Quantum physics is considered the most powerful science ever conceived by a human being. It requires a major rethinking in concepts like time, space, and human consciousness. And what does that mean when it comes to your results? Well, quantum leap means multiplying your results. Most people are used to the incremental gains, gradual progression. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about here is exponential growth to your results. And I know what you're thinking, that you think that it's going to take more effort and more work. What's interesting enough is that quantum leap actually it's easy, simple, and effortless. However, it does require you to step out of your comfort zone. It challenges your thinking and it contradicts your common sense. If you want to take a quantum leap, the first thing you have to do is to step out that comfort zone, to think of something you've never thought before. And I'd like to share a success formula with you. It's called success is 100% equals 95% mindset and 5% skill set. Think about that. Most entrepreneurs, when they come to taking their business to the next level, what they do is they focus on the strategy, the skill set. Although that is important, but looking at the formula, 95% is mindset. If you don't think that you're able to create that quantum leap in your business, it doesn't matter how much effort you put into your skill set, it's not going to work. You're not going to achieve the level of success that you want in your life. I'd like to share a story of my own personal story, how I create that quantum leap. As you can tell, I'm Asian. I'm actually Taiwanese. So for those of you that may not be familiar with the Asian cultures, especially the Chinese culture, there's a belief in the Chinese culture that's passed down from generation to generation that boys are worth more than girls. And raising up in a traditional family, my parents also had the same belief. I'm the youngest of 4 kids. So there's my oldest brother, there's my sister, there's my second brother, and there's me. Between my second brother and my mom actually had a miscarriage, and it was gonna be a boy. So back then, when they had no ultrasound, they didn't know the next sex of the baby. So when I was born, my dad thought I was going to be a boy. And to his surprise, he was quite disappointed that I turned out to be a girl. So he gave me a nickname ever since I was born. He called me Duo, which means the extra in the family. So growing up, when I was young, I've always wanted to be accepted and loved by my parents. But that was not the case. And being the youngest in the family, I was always been told to be quiet, to don't say anything. And children are meant to be seen, not heard. So that's how my self-worth was developed. I had no self-worth. And I didn't even know that was sabotaging my success. And the feeling of unworthiness actually manifested throughout my entire adult life. It manifested in my career, it manifested in my romantic relationship, and it manifested in my relationship with myself. For example, in my career, first job out of college, I was at a banking job, and I was at the banking job for 2 years. And I remember clearly one day when I was sitting there at the desk, there was nobody at the branch, and I remember the music. You know, banks, they played that cheesy old music. And I remember I was sitting there, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I cannot imagine myself living the rest of my life doing this. I felt dying inside. So I decided to go home and I talked to my mom, and I told my mom that I don't think banking is my passion. I cannot do this anymore. And to my surprise, my mom said, well, no one likes their job, so suck it up. And that's what I did. I stayed in that banking job for the next 8 years of my life because I didn't know my self-worth. I didn't know who I was. Not until a couple years later, when I started to invest in myself, I started to go into personal development courses. I walked on fire, I jumped off of airplane, I did everything just to find out who I really was. Not until when I met my current mentor, Bob Proctor. For those of you that may not know Bob, Bob is actually considered the #1 teacher on human potential and success. When I saw him at a personal development event, it was about 200 people at the seminar, but I felt like Bob was talking right at me. This is what he said. He said, if I want to be free, I've got to be me. Not the me who you think I should be, not the me who my parents think I should be, not the me who my kids think I should be, not the me who you think I should be. If I want to be free, I've got to be me. So I better find out who me is. That message just really, really resonated with me because that's when I made a decision that I was going to find out who me is. And at the same time, I wanted to do what Bob is doing, helping tons of people in the world to find out what their true potential is. And that's how I started my own academy. It's called the Opulent Academy. What does opulence mean? Opulence means having the abundance full of wealth, full of richness. And that's what I truly believe that each and one of us deserves. We all deserve to live an opulent life. We are the creator of our own destiny. We just need to bring it out of the surface. So there are 6 points that I want to share with you to help you to create that quantum leap. Number 1, awareness. Awareness is the first step to change. If you're not aware of something, you cannot change it. So you don't know what you don't know. So having the awareness of who you truly are, the essence of who we are, is perfect. There's nothing to fix around here. All we need to do is to let go of the limiting beliefs that no longer serve us, the negative self-talk that we have, that I'm not good enough, I don't know what it takes, I'm not worthy. We've all had those self-talk. So to let go, to change and start to have that positive self-talk of yourself, to let go of the past that no longer serves you and start to define a vision of your future. What does your future look like? So that's my second point. To create a vision of how you want your life to look like, whether that's a 3-year vision or a 5-year vision. And at the same time, create a goal. So a goal is taking a chunk of your dream, of your vision. So a goal is your 6 months goal or a 1 year goal. And come up with a goal that really excites you, something that you really, really want to do. You don't know how, but it's just, you know that you're going to get there. And number 3 is your self-worth. You are the most important person in your business, in your life. How much do you value yourself? Every day, I want you to wake up and kiss yourself because you are the most important person. So growing up, I didn't have self-worth. I would never imagine myself to be speaking at a stage. And how I found my self-worth is that I made a decision to invest in myself. I made a decision to surround myself with like-minded people who are also growing and expanding. Number 4 is the power of decision. The word decision comes from the Latin word decidere, and that breaks down to 2 parts. D means off. Cidere is to cut. To decide literally means to cut off. What are you cutting off from? You're cutting off from everything else except your goal. Letting go of the old person, of all the old limiting beliefs that no longer serves you. That's only the first part of the power of decision. The second part is taking the action. There is no decision without action. So once you make that decision, then you take the action. So for example, if someone that is overweight, that's obese, that wants to go on a diet, once they make the decision to do that, the second thing they need to do is taking the action. Whether that's going to the gym, whether that's take out all the junk food and to no longer put the junk food inside their mouths, whatever it is. Or someone that's wanting to leave their job and start their own business, to give that resignation letter, or to jump out of the airplane, just like I did. And as soon as you do that, when you make a decision, you're going to come face to face with the next point that I'm going to share, which is fear. Instead of what people do when they come face to face with fear, is that they retreat back. They go back to their comfort zone. I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is to start celebrating fear. That's right. Celebrate fear. Because you know when you come face to face with fear that you are on the way to something big. Because you're going to a territory which you've never been before. Of course you're going to feel fear. Of course you're going to feel the uneasiness. It's part of the process. So instead of retrieving, celebrate it. Because you are on the way to the quantum leap. And that takes me to the last point, which is the attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is really being appreciative of what you already have. So what a lot of people do is that they focus on the things that are not working, the things that are lacking. You know the saying, whatever you focus on expands. So I want you to focus on what's already working in your life, what you already have. Every morning when I wake up, I say 10 things that I'm grateful for. Everything from just having the oxygen to breathe or being alive. I say thank you, and I really, really appreciate everything that's happened to me in the past. So that's the attitude of gratitude. Those are the 6 steps that I teach my clients through the Opulent Academy. So if you could just apply those 6 steps into your life, I want you to start taking that quantum leap to create the quantum leap in your life, in your business, and in your relationships. Thank you.